this is the packaging. It's got the Charlotte Tilbury imprint right there. And then that is Penelope Pink, which is kind of like a nude, a nudie pink. Scent nudes. And then, I have been having, today I've changed my socks 3 times because I've been having so many issues with sock seams. I can't do it anymore. But these are fit kicks. I have the ballet flats of these, but you can't really wear ballet flats in the Midwest in the wintertime. So these are the fit kicks that cover a little more of your foot. Fit Kicks Classic Collection, just in the all black. And they're essentially like an errand shoe. Like they're a crossover between like a slipper, a sock, and a shoe. Flexible, lightweight footwear to do all the things you love to do. Travel. Great airport shoes. Great airport shoes. Yoga. Go to adventure. There's like a kayak on here. Go to the beach. Go camping. They're made for land and water. Flex form sole for outdoor wear, designed for comfort. There's a tab on the back, so you don't gotta stick your fingers in there. Reinforced toe prevents wear and tear. Quick dry sport fabric. A signature grip strap for a snug fit. I'm sitting in the large because I'm like in between an 8.5 and a 9. And I love my other ones, so I know I'll love these. So thank you very, very much. I'm going to wear these to work. I do not care. Do you want me here? Do you want me here? Got anybody else? No? Okay. We're gonna proceed. Okay. Now, I do a lot of spoilers on like memberships and Patreon. I don't know that I've done a full spoiler on this channel before, but let's do it. It's basically just me yapping. I write down everything, like everything that happens in some, like not all the TV that I watch, but I'll pick like a movie or a show and be like, okay, that's the one. And so this is Unfriended Dark Web. It opens up to like somebody trying to get into a laptop. You can just see the screen. And so they're guessing at the password. And since the user is called question mark, eventually the question mark works as the password too, which I didn't even know you could have one character passwords. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, who knows. But that's what worked. FaceTime screen pops up to a man brushing his teeth, and he goes, "Go away." That's actually the MMC, so like he knows he's being watched on. As soon as he opens it up, he's like, "Go away," and then he exits out of that. He attempts to log into his Spotify. You can see that like the previous owner was called Nora, Norah, something else, Nora the Fourth or something, I don't know. And he switches it over to his account, and his name is Maddie. So you get the impression he is trying to get into, like he stole this laptop, right? He gets onto his Facebook. He does some upgrade. It's called Papaya. And then he goes back to FaceTime. saying Nari just got back from work and they are gonna do a game night. Him and his friends are gonna do a game night, and they're like, we're gonna have to do it on Skype. So he lets Amaya know through IM, like, hey, I'm doing a game night over on Skype with my buddies. She's not part of this. Like, this is his buddies, I guess. Even though she's not responding, he's like, I'm gonna do my game night over on Skype. She starts typing and then stops. He starts to play. He misses her. He starts to play an Amaya playlist that he has on his Spotify. He logs into Skype, and you hear him go pee and flush the toilet, like off camera, obviously. And then he logs into Facebook as that Nora character, like whoever's laptop he's got. Nora Carter, I guess. Anyway, there's no result. Oh no, he didn't log in. He just logs into Facebook, period, and then he searches up Nora. Anyway, he's not getting a lot of results. But now he's in as Nora, and there's all kinds of girls messaging this Nora guy. Like, hey babe, send those plane tickets, or I'm so excited to meet you. You got the plane tickets. Like, that just keeps popping up from different babes. It's like, this is kind of weird. He gets a little freaked out. He logs out. Now AJ is his friend. That's the host. Who is supposed to be hosting the game night at his place. But they're doing it on Skype, remember? So he's disappointed. He starts talking shit about internet platforms. He's like, they're using people. They listen. But on the side, like, all his friends are listening to him, but on the side, they're like, oh, I wish he would just shut up because he seems like he's a bit of a conspiracy theorist. That's his shtick. That's AJ's shtick. He asks one of the buddies in a sidebar, how do you find out how much disk space is left? And his buddy says you need to use a app called Daisy Disk. He logs into his Facebook, continues to text Amaya, still no response. It goes over to Daisy Disk, and it's a disk full. It says disk is full, but there are hidden folders. Okay, so he figures out how to get into the hidden folders. He opens to find live feeds of people's home cameras, laptop cameras, all kinds of just ring cams, everything. So it would be like if somebody's watching me live as I'm just like in my camera. This is what they would see right now. But then there's other cameras catching like intimate moments, sleeping babies, etc. Two of the Skype girls live together. They announced their engagement, so there's two of his friends that live in one house. 6 friends all together. Him, the 2 girls that live together, and they're together. One girl that's by herself, AJ the host, and then the techie one that lives actually in London. I can't remember his name, but I'll get to it. So the 2 Skype girls that live together, they're like, we just got engaged. So everybody's like, wow, congratulations. AJ, the original host guy, mentions that he is ordained and he can marry them. Maddie starts watching videos of him and Amaya, because remember, she's mad at him, so he's, torturing himself by watching videos of them hiking and stuff. Amaya Facebook calls him, finally, and somehow it comes out that she's mad he will not learn ASL, and that's how she communicates. So she can tell he's got IMs coming in. She's like, wow, what's going on? Like, you seem really preoccupied. Now these messages are actually for that Nora guy. There's a message from Erica Dunn saying it's the person whose laptop he stole. Like, hi, it's me, the person whose laptop you stole, messaging from an account called Erica Dunn. He claims he bought it. And the person says, well, I'm not Erica, I'm Nora. Nora tells him to send him the link to the app, clears his history. But meanwhile, there's messages for Nora coming in. These messages say, I like what you contributed this week, and are you still doing custom jobs? He checks out custom requests and asks, what do you want? Oh, he clicks on the message that says like custom jobs. He's like, well, what are you looking for? Like, he just cannot help himself. He's nosy, right? He says, the guy says, not on Facebook, we'll talk on River, which was one of those hidden folders. So he connects, and it looks like a video game where there's a boat floating in a river. He shares his screen with the Skype group. Damon, okay, Damon is the techie one that lives in London. He explains that that's the dark web, and they encourage him to get the hell off of there. He tells his friends that he actually swiped the laptop from Lost and Found at the cyber cafe. He claims that it was sitting there for like weeks and nobody came to get it, so he's like, I really would like this laptop and nobody's coming to get it. So he took it. He realizes that Nora is Chiron 4 backwards. He shows his friends all the hacked cameras in those hidden folders. One girl says those are local people because there's addresses. He opens up the account folder and sees a crypto balance of $10 million. And then all these other Charon, it's Charon. Not Chiron, it's Charon. All these other Charons are texting, but the one Charon that asks for the custom job is Charon 69. He's like, hey, did you get the money? And he's like, yeah. The request is dye it darker, black, long, and straight. Trephination. So he's like, what the hell is trephination? Sidebar looks up trephination. It is a surgical procedure where a hole is drilled in and then something is put into the hole. The guy says that I'll give you more if that something is alive, like a rodent or something, or trigger warning. Obviously, this is a horror. And also if she's alive when it goes in. Nora starts messaging him at the cafe. Where are you? Maddie opens the contribution folder. A bunch of girls' names are on the files. Then it cuts to like, there's one where there's a girl in a factory. She's running. She's in chains. She's trying to run, but she's in chains. It cuts to another girl in a small pool getting like acid poured on her. Another one is a bunch of girls in large containers. So each girl is in a container. Alive. There's a recent one. The most recent one is Facebook Erica Dunn, who he's texting from, who this Nora guy is texting from, her account. So Erica Dunn they're doing. So nobody better call the police. Maddie goes back on Skype. Damon is missing from the call. He's like, oh, where's Damon? Where's Damon? Damon does come back. They're pushing Maddie to take the laptop down to the police station. He tells them, it's not real, it's just a game, because now he's terrified because this guy is about to kill his girlfriend and her roommate. And Damon starts asking questions about his game. Like, they believe him, but they're like, wait, bro, like, that's a terrifying game, and how did you get these videos and stuff? Meanwhile, he searches for Erica. He sees that this Erica girl is a real girl that is really missing. Her Facebook says, this is her father, please call with info, etc. Meanwhile, he sets up his own Bitcoin, transfers the $10 million to his account, and tells the guy he can have the computer when Erica is returned. Bold move, right? He says, do not lay a hand on Amaya. He says they don't let girls go. Like, this is a thing called the circle. They're not gonna let her go. They're not gonna let any Erica go or anybody they have go. And that they'll blame him, Jaron, Nora, for that transfer. All the Charons enter the chat telling him to confirm his identity using a code, because they saw that he switched the money over to another account. The initial Jaron, Nora, tells him they're all gonna die if they find out that it's not him. He's like, well, give me the code so I can pretend I'm you. My stomach is really growling now. He tells Maddie to say he's switching from Bitcoin to Ethereum. So he types in like, hey, I got a better deal if I switch over to Ethereum, so that's why I switched. Logs back into Skype. And all his friends have found out that Erica Dunn is really missing, so they're like, yeah, this can't be a game, or your game got a hold of something terrible. A blanked out screen enters the video call, like the Skype, and it's all the Charons. It's starting to look up Lex, the one friend, the one single friend, one girl single friend, and it starts showing pictures of Lex on its screen, I guess, its little portion of the screen, and then she's no longer in frame. So like, where's Lex? Where's Lex? And then it shows a man pushing her off the top of a building. So they got Lex, this circle, this Charons. That's when he tells his friends, okay, look, this is all real. Meanwhile, Amaya calls and she's on her way to the subway. Once she's in the subway with no bars, so he's waiting for Amaya's, because that's the device that's hacked. Once she's in the subway with no satellite, he can tell his friends what's going on, because he knows that the circle can't hear him and Nora can't hear him. Because every time that she has bars, she has service, you just have to act like we're playing our Cards Against Humanity. That was what they were playing for game night. When she's off subway, Nora is like, where the F is Lexi? Because he doesn't know. He seemingly doesn't know what happened to Lexi. And Maddie tells him, her boyfriend came over and she's probably just like in the bedroom doing it with him. He gives Damon some admin access and connection, because Damon is the tech friend, right? When connection is back, they have to continue to play cards and act normal. They're not doing a good job of it. Then the subway breaks down. Nari, which is one of the girls that is in the couple, she leaves camera to use the bathroom. Sharon enters Skype chat again, showing clips of AJ. So all the Sharons start sharing clips of AJ. So you kind of know AJ is next, right? They cut the clips and call 911 and threaten message, because AJ has all these conspiracy theories. So they cut clips of AJ talking and saying the horrible things, and they made the 911 call like he was threatening to like do something crazy. So the cops are like swarming outside of AJ's house now, and then they hack his computer. Meanwhile, Nora comes on and he goes, don't the circle knows that I lost the laptop, don't they? So that's when supposedly Nora finds out that his circle knows he messed up. Nori's girlfriend, Serena, the other girl in the couple, Nari, tells them that Nari is on her way to the police department she can't decide. She just can't decide. So then it shows mom's machine's flatline, and it shows a man push Nari in front of the train. A man comes in behind Serena at her house and kills her. So both those girls are done. Now it's just Damon and Maddie on the screen. Maddie begs them to leave Amaya alone and tells them to kill Nora and even himself, but leave Amaya alone. Maddie signs to Amaya that there's danger. The call is disconnected. He grabs his bike and leaves Damon on the call. Damon talks to the circle, all the Cherons, and tells them that he has recorded everything. He tells the Cherons that he's got coordinates. He's gonna give them to authorities. Which I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't even know what year this movie was filmed, but I would just grab my phone and start like going live with what I'm witnessing, right? Not like, okay, tomorrow I'm going down. Anyway, the Chiron shows Damon edited pics of Maddie's face on that guy that crawled in the window, so they're like, oh, we're setting Maddie up right now, so good luck with everything. Damon calls Maddie and tells him it was all planned. The laptop was actually just a lure. The whole thing is the plan. And they're being set up, especially with moving the money. It'll look like it was done the whole time. Amaya says, I'm at the address you sent to me, but he didn't send an address. So she's like, you're talking to somebody else. That's not me. Damon is missing from his screen and a man is in there. The man screen shares him writing Damon's note saying, we did a terrible thing, look in the folders. And then it shows him hanging in his closet. So they put him in his closet, so it would look like it would be, at his own hand. Instant message pops up, should Maddie live, and begin voting. So it's all a game, like these people are voting, should Maddie live. On Maddie's laptop screen back at his house, it just cuts to that, and you see a